How's everybody doing? Today we're going to be talking about mental health in the arts community on Ashman's Basics. So, why is it so rampant? Because the thing is, percentage wise, it is more rampant in the artist community and creatives than it is the normal sector. Why is that? I think it's because we have an imagination. I think it kind of causes some weird wiring issues, but that's just me guessing. So why does this matter? Why does this matter to the major population of the world? Well, the thing is, we help shape the world. And, when we're not doing well, it's not changing the world the way it should be. So, we bring joy and thoughts and meaning to people's lives as artists and performers, musicians, whatever you're doing. But we also have unique pressures put upon us. So these are things that I think we should talk about. We have economic instability usually as artists because we are working with our hearts. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I do a lot of work for free because I want to give. And that's a detriment at times. I've had to learn how to say, no, I think I need to get paid for this. Because sometimes it's hard because you see somebody wanting something and it becomes a part of them in a weird way, and you want to help them. So we're naturally helpers and we want to make people happy. And the irregular income, short-term contracts, freelancing, lack of benefits. I mean, there's another thing, the lack of benefits that we have, create chronic financial stress and uncertainty in our lives. And yeah, we got to get into that too, the healthcare issues that we face as artists because medical is rough for us. And we have long and unpredictable hours, right? If you watch me, I'm up at night in the middle of the night. I'm a night owl. I work, and sometimes I work for 12 to 15 hours, depending if I get locked in. To tell you a little bit about myself, the reason why I'm so invested in this topic, when I turned 49, I had a mental breakdown. I was undiagnosed. I didn't know that I was bipolar. I didn't know that I had ADHD, and I didn't know that I was on the spectrum. So there was a lot of things I didn't know about myself. And so learning all that really made a lot of sense to me in the way my life happened to happen. So it's kind of nice to be able to talk to community about this sort of thing because as artists, we're all involved in this and most of us have some kind of issue. So we're also perfectionists, aren't we, as artists? And many creatives link self-worth to the idea of perfection. And we can't do that, especially on this platform. We kind of do that, right? We need that perfection. We were talking about it at the beginning of the show, actually. We were talking about practice makes perfect, which is BS. It's missed. It doesn't exist, but the practice does. And we have to make sure we practice. But don't pin who you are on your work. Your work is your work. It's not you. So it is a part of you, but don't put your self-worth into what other people think of your work either, because it's what you make of it. So the other thing is isolation and lack of support. Like most of us are reclusive, I would say. I know I am. It took a lot for me to do this kind of a show. But it was nice to get with other people that have similar issues. And we're all like Ginn hides in his basement. I hide in my studio. And that's kind of how we operate. And but we have a community here. And hopefully that helps with some of the isolation issues. I know TikTok and that sort of thing has helped me a lot by creating community. And not feeling alone is a big deal. And freelance and decentralized work will do that to you, where you don't really meet a lot of different people. But this platform helps, right? And one of the big things that I've noticed is exposure. How could I say this? Exposure to emotionally intense material. When we create from the heart, we create from the psyche. And sometimes it's heavy subjects. And if we're working on heavy subjects constantly, what does that do to us? It fatigues us mentally, spiritually, everything. So you're exhausted because you're pouring your heart out. And to live in that for a period of time to create something can be rough. It can be very hard on us. And as creatives, it's rough sometimes. And the issues affect creativity, productivity, and it also interferes with relationships at times. So sometimes our work and our frustrations and our inability to create what we see in our head can come across into our normal lives and affect the people around us. And we have to be vigilant about that. Make sure it doesn't bleed over into our daily lives. And it helps to talk to other people in the community. So that helps. And you don't want burnout either. That's one of the other things. So you don't want to affect the people around you, but you also don't want it to affect yourself. Give yourself time to cool down. Give yourself time to regenerate the creative process. Because, sometimes this needs to take a break and set what we were talking about earlier, boundaries. Make sure you have boundaries in place to protect that time you need. Normalize the recovery time and practice some grounding techniques like breathing techniques, relaxation, kind of a Zen kind of a thing. Breathing techniques help. Go on the tubes and check out some of those if you need help with that. And peer support. We all have people around us in this app that we respect and we see as peers. And lean on them once in a while. It's okay. It's not a weakness. It's something we all need. We need people around us. As much as you might think you're a lone wolf, sometimes we need a pack. So, and if you're having issues, I can't stress this enough. I know healthcare is rough and some of us can't afford it, but if you can, there are groups out there where if you look up in your state, you could get some free help. But reach out to somebody or a group and ask for help. Don't suffer alone. Make sure you try because you're important and you should feel important. Hell, if you need help, with something, DM me. I might not get back to you right away, but I'll try. The other thing is, and the last thing is a heavy topic. If you are at the end of your ability and you're thinking about something drastic, there is a number out there, a national number. It's 988. If you need help and it's dire, make sure you call that number because we need you around. We want you around. We care. And yeah, that's what I have to say about everything. And that's Ashman's Basics.
Man, you are so right. The incidence rate of mental health issues within the artist community, the poverty rate, the lack of medical care, the lack of mental health care, how all of that is tied into not having a centralized, this that, it's so on point, man. And I will share a little of my journey. People may not know this about me. I don't know that I've ever mentioned it at all. But I have spent a lifetime dealing with depression, anxiety, some of the types of stuff that go along with that, PTSD type stuff. And the people that I lean on the most are Ash and Laura and Kira and the all of the names that I've been mentioning, all of these people in the chat that come in and support us and act as moderators. There are some frustrating things with trying to do live shows like this and do lives because everybody isn't on here for the same reason, and everybody doesn't seem to understand that everybody's not on there for the reason that they're on there. So they may not even understand why people are doing what they're doing. But I lean heavily on Ash and Laura and Spurs, even Rachel. Eve is another person that I reach out to when I'm having a rough day. So the man is speaking the truth. If you are having a rough time, I would encourage you to reach out to someone. That 988 number is a good one for a crisis situation. But maybe before you get that far down the road, you can reach out to someone and reach out to more than one person. It doesn't, if you reach out to one person and they're not able to get back with you right away, life is life sometimes. Reach out to more than one. But yes, we want you here. We would like to be around you to be around. I'm a veteran, and we've lost 22 veterans a day for as long as I can remember. So the artist community has a higher incidence rate of people kind of being over it. And we want to make sure that we keep all of you around, every single one of you, even the ones that don't care for us. We would like you to be here still. If you notice a friend that seems to be struggling, don't be afraid to reach out and just say, "Hey, I'm here for you if you should need anything." NOLA Artist, what is going on? Good to see you. One of my favorite cities on the planet. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? Yeah, man, I have spent a lifetime trying to manage the depression thing, and sometimes it's unexplainable, right? I get to work with some of the most amazing people. I get to do a job that I absolutely love. I'm married to the love of my life, but some days are still a struggle. And that's IRL, right? That's how it actually works.
We had a great meeting the other day, and I was like fine for a couple hours, and then I was just crushed out of nowhere. I don't know why. It just happens that way sometimes. Brain chemistry.
Yeah, yeah. And it changes over time too. It's not always consistent, right? That's the other thing. As we age, as our life experiences change, our chemistry changes. So look out for each other. Be kind to each other. That's another reason that I feel like people like Mama Tegan are so important. She's putting that extra effort into creating spaces where people can feel welcome and appreciated. We try to do that here as well. We do